Well, I hope the holidays have been good so far for you, that your winter break has been full of relaxation, eating good food, and of course, playing video games. But before 2025 comes to a close, let's take one final look at this massive winter holiday eShop sale. This gigantic video contains all the active holiday and winter Nintendo eShop deals that I've talked about on this very channel this past month from the December videos. Everything's here, and it's a lot. If you're looking to maximize your gift card money and get your money's worth, or if you're looking to pick up some sweet games before the sales end, then this video is perfect for you. That said, here's the eShop deal highlights and game recommendations from me. Lunistice is a game that's inspired by the 32-bit era of platformers, both in its visuals and in its design. That said, the game controls much better than the majority of platformers from that era. The controls feel very precise. Jumping and attacking is so spot on in this game, and it's a joy to play with how smooth it feels. Now, the goal of the game is pretty simple. You play through the stages, trying to race through them as fast as you can while collecting all the collectibles and trying to find all the secrets within. Each stage is unique with its own set of challenges to challenge your platforming skills. There's lots of secrets and goodies within the stages, and they are pretty fun to explore. And the soundtrack to this game is pretty sweet too. The game is super cheap to pick up from the sale. Heck, it's cheap at its MSRP, but for 50% off, this one is a no-brainer to pick up from the sale if you love platformers. I consider it to be a hidden gem on the eShop. In Arcade Paradise, you are put into the shoes of a young man named Ashley, who's been tasked with running a laundromat business by his father, who is trying to set him right in his eyes, as he thinks Ashley is on the fast track to Loserville. Ashley quickly discovers some arcade machines in the back room of the business and soon gets the big idea of making the business more profitable by getting more of these arcade machines and expanding. As him, you need to run both sides of the business, increasing revenue while managing day-to-day tasks, all while gaining more arcade machines and playing them to make them more popular. Yes, every arcade machine in this game is playable, and there's over 30 in total to obtain. This is one of my favorite indie games in the last few years. It's a fitting tribute to a bygone era, and man, do I miss those days. It's on sale for 75% off. It's the biggest discount the game has received yet on the eShop, so it's just $4.99 on the US eShop. Crosscode is an action RPG that is inspired by various 16-bit classics from yesteryear, including the classic 2D Zelda series. The gameplay focuses on precise timing and attacking, clever use of your ricocheting shots, and of course, solving various environmental puzzles. Speaking of puzzles, expect to encounter a lot in this game. The dungeons are filled to the brim with these. If you're hungry for a Zelda-style game, one that will test your reflexes as well as your brain, then look no further. This game is perfect for you. This game got a lot of praise and reviews. The game's back on sale at its all-time big discount of 70% off. It's $5.99 on the US eShop. The Big Hope DLC that adds a huge additional chapter to the game that amounts to about 8 to 10 hours of additional content is on sale too. And that's noteworthy because it never seems to go on sale. It's on sale for 50% off, making it $4.99 on the US eShop for the first time ever. Underhero is a side-scrolling RPG platformer game. It does things different from the norm. At first glance, it looks like the game is made up of turn-based combat, but in reality, the combat is all about timing your actions. You need to jump, attack, and even bribe, yes bribe, your way to achieve victory. Also, you don't play as the hero in this one. Actually, the hero fails early on, so now it's the underling's turn. The underling of the evil king, to be exact, in order to save the day. Yes, as you can imagine, this game can be pretty silly at times, and it totally is. It's good fun, and it's perfect for those who are looking for something lighthearted and silly to play this holiday season. It's on sale for its lowest price ever on the eShop, $3.74, with a discount of 75% off everywhere else. Dicey Dungeons combines deck building with RPG and roguelike mechanics, as well as dice rolling. The gameplay in this one is simple. You need to navigate through boards, taking on monsters and other creatures, and turn-based combat by using the abilities of the cards you draw from your deck. To use these abilities, you need to use dice that you roll in order to activate them. As you advance through each challenge, you'll need to acquire cards and build the perfect deck in order to reach the end. That's pretty much the basic gist of it. Each character you play as has their own equipment that can provide a unique ability that can aid you in combat, as well as each challenge in each episode has its own unique twists on the gameplay rule sets. There's lots of challenges and additional episodes to play through, so there's actually a lot of content to dive into. It's only $1.99 via the holiday sale, with an 87% off discount. This one is a steal in my view. It's another hidden gem on the eShop. Gacha Racing Second, while it might look like a simplistic looking racing game, is actually a lot of fun. This game combines the gameplay of top-down racing games, like the older Micro Machines games, with gashapon toys that you can obtain with your winnings. With the coins that you win from racing, you can cash them in and earn parts to build and customize your car to hopefully do better in races. There's over 700 parts to earn, and you can even fuse parts together to make your vehicle better in its stats. The racing controls and gameplay is pretty easy to understand, and earning parts and customizing machines and racing to improve your times can be addicting. It's a fun game, and at 80% off, it's very cheap to pick up from the holiday sale. Just $1.99 on the US eShop. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Splintered Fate is a roguelite brawler that has you choosing your favorite turtle and teaming up with others to save Splinter from Shredder and the Foot Clan. I know, the premise sounds very familiar. The gameplay here is supposed to be a more brawler arcade-style feel, with a big emphasis on cooperative gameplay. The game features procedurally generated levels, and during each run, you'll be able to unlock additional powers and upgrades, and more typical roguelike stuff. Unlike most TMNT games, this one's story seems to be more inspired by the comic books, which is something very nice to see. The Fated Heroes bundle of the game on Switch adds Casey Jones and a new junkyard area, as well as Metalhead, as the included DLC with the game in just one nice bundle. And it's on sale for its biggest discount yet, of 55% off, which makes it $16.64 on the US eShop, or a region equivalent to that. That all said, this game will be getting a Switch 2 edition upgrade on the 16th of December. And this will add enhanced visuals and frame rates for 4K 60fps play while docked and 60fps 1080p gameplay in handheld. Plus it's going to add support for local game share and game chat support too. The upgrade will only be $2.49 on the eShop or your region equivalent. Cooperative multiplayer games seem to be all the rage now, and if you're in the mood for another, then I suggest picking up the game KeyWe while it's on sale. This game has you tasked with controlling one or both of your single-player KeyWe birds who operate a post office in the Australian outback. You'll need to complete various mini-games that involve mailing out envelopes, wrapping up packages, dealing with nasty bugs, and somehow have contact with the outer space kind. As you play, you'll unlock more mini-games and outfits and costumes to decorate your bird. At its biggest discount yet, 85% off, just $3.70 on the US eShop, it's an excellent deal for this fun and cute, family-friendly multiplayer game. It's absolutely worth picking up at that price. Being the holidays, I feel like giving, so I'm going to give a shout out again to one of my favorite gems, Monster Boy in the Cursed Kingdom. The latest game in the Wonder Boy series, or at least created by the Wonder Boy series creator, expands on Metroidvania elements from the earlier entries, with a beautiful, wonderful game that is simply a joy to play. You obtain and use monster powers, just like some previous games in the series, and use their abilities to solve puzzles and explore in the biggest game yet in the series. It looks great with the hand-drawn animations, the soundtrack is great too, and the gameplay is darn good too, as long as you appreciate a bit of the old-school feel it has. It's It's on sale for 75% off, $9.99 on the US eShop. Chained Echoes is an excellent RPG that's inspired by all those great 16-bit RPG classics of yesteryear. It features some great gameplay along with an excellent story to match. The turn-based battles revolve around managing the overdrive meter, so you can effectively deal damage while also trying to not be susceptible to high damage yourself. To do so, you'll need to select from a pool of actions, abilities, and magic for each character, and you can also tag teammates in and out of battle. It's got a good battle system. I reviewed this game on the channel a few years ago, where I dived deep into the battle mechanics, story and content, and all that, and you can check out that review in the link that pops up in the corner of this video. This game is of high quality, it's one of the best indie RPGs to come out in recent memory. Chained Echoes is on sale for 50% off. It's the biggest discount it's received yet on the eShop. A Metroidvania, Blasphemous, is a treat for those looking for a challenging action platformer, one that will kick your butt, but one that is totally rewarding to master. Combat in this one is excellent. It's really good. Just like any good Metroidvania, as you advance and you explore, you'll find goodies to better your character, but what's really nice here is that through the upgrades you obtain, you can customize your character to suit your combat style. You want to be more aggressive? You can. You want to have a more defensive playstyle? You can as well. It's on sale for 80% off, so it's only $4.99 on the US eShop. Mighty Goose is like Metal Slug, but instead of being a human soldier, you're a goose. This run and gun arcade style game is fun as heck. You play as a goose who dons a armor suit and proceeds to kick some tail feathers. Just like the Metal Slug series it's inspired by, there's tons of action, chaotic set pieces, fun boss fights, and many rideable vehicles to jump into. Just like I've said many times before, it's a Metal Slug clone done right. It's on sale for 60% off, $7.99 on the US eShop. Record of Lodoss War, Deedlit, and Wonder Labyrinth is a Metroidvania that's very much inspired by the classic game Castlevania Symphony of the Night, in both its visual style and general design. That all said, while it's heavily inspired by that game, the game does have a number of elements that separates itself from the famous game, like its combat that heavily revolves around the use of Deedlit's bow and arrows, as well as her various magical abilities that she can use at her disposal. This is a good solid indie Metroidvania, one that's worth playing, regardless if you know anything about the Record of Lodoss War franchise or not. It's currently on sale for 55% off via the holiday sale, so it's just $11.24 on the US eShop. Assault Android Cactus is a really nice arcade-style twin-stick shooter. The core gameplay is fast and fun, and it looks great, and it operates at 60 FPS too. There's 9 playable characters to choose from, each with their own playstyle, for a nice amount of variety, and the game has a healthy amount of content, including a campaign mode, a boss rush mode, infinity drive, and daily drive modes, as well as there's a bunch of ways to modify the game through EX options. The game also supports 4-player local co-op. Again, this is a really good twin-stick shooter. This game gets its first sale on the eShop in nearly 2 years, with a discount of 80% off. At $3.99 on the US eShop, that's the lowest price it's ever been on there. Penny's Big Breakaway is a 3D platformer where you get to use a giant yo-yo for both movement and traversing the stages, as well as for attacking. Penny has a lot of neat tricks that she can do with her yo-yo, and the core gameplay, that seems to center around the use of momentum, is quite good, which is no surprise considering it was developed by people who worked on the excellent Sonic Mania. This game features some nice level design and ideas that take advantage of the yo-yo abilities, and it's pretty darn fun. There's a demo you can check out on the eShop if you're curious about the game. Oh, and on Switch 2, this game does get boosted to 60 FPS. It looks really nice on there in performance mode. It's currently on sale for $11.99 on the US eShop. That's 60% off the MSRP. That's the biggest discount it's received yet. Valfaris is a violent and insane run-and-gun shooter type game that has an incredible looking pixel art style, but it is also an absolute blast to play. There's lots of weapons that you can get to use, there's lots of enemies that you can blow apart, and the heavy metal soundtrack for the game is pretty darn good. If you're looking for a good, cheap game to take your frustrations out for the holidays, then pick this one up for $2.49 off the US eShop. You'll love it. At 90% off, that's the biggest discount it's ever received on the eShop. Dawn of the Monsters is a very nice beat-em-up featuring kaiju monsters. Choose your monster, and then proceed to try to save the Earth by beating up other giant monsters and enemies with a variety of attacks. The cities are fully destructible too, just like it should be in any good kaiju game. As you play, each monster can be upgraded through DNA augments. Look, this one is pretty cool. It's one of the better kaiju themed games of the eShop, and it's a pretty good beat 'em up in its own right. The Arcade plus Character Pack Edition contains the game, plus an additional arcade mode, and an additional kaiju to play as. It's on sale for 75% off, $8.74 on the US eShop. Supergiant Games has an incredible track record. Every one of their games has been a banger. From Bastion to Transistor to Pyre and both Hades games, they've won a ton of awards and a lot of praise for their quality games. Now the games that they do have available on the eShop are on sale for the holiday season. This story-driven, twin-stick shooting RPG, Bastion, is on sale for 80% off. It's $2.99 on the US eShop. Transistor, this story-driven strategy/action RPG, which is a personal favorite of mine, is on sale for $3.99. Hades, which I'm sure you've heard, is one of the finest roguelikes ever made, and it's on sale for $7.49 on the US eShop. While it's not the cheapest it's ever been on there, no, it's the second cheapest it's ever been, so it's still a heck of a deal. The recently released sequel just might be even better than the first game, and it's on sale for 25% off for the first time ever on the eShop. Both the Switch and Switch 2 versions are on sale for $22.49 on the US eShop. One of the hottest releases of the year, Hollow Knight Silksong, gets its first sale on the eShop. It's 20% off via the holiday sale. As a reminder, the Switch version can be upgraded to the Switch 2 version for free. The Switch 2 version features a higher resolution, more graphical effects, and of course, it's a solid 60 FPS. The first game, the original Hollow Knight, is on sale again for 50% off for the holidays. Team Cherry recently announced that this game will receive a free upgrade with a Switch 2 sometime in 2026. When that upgrade comes along, it'll be getting an increased frame rate, support for higher resolutions, as well as it'll be getting additional graphical effects. So yeah, if you have a Switch 2 and you want that for the system, then you may want to pick this up while it's on sale. Deltarune, with chapters 1 through 4, was also a hot indie release this year. It also gets its first discount via the holiday sale, where it's 20% off. The sale is both for the Switch and Switch 2 versions. And again, you can upgrade to the Switch 2 version from the Switch 1 version for absolutely free. For those who like Deltarune but have not picked up Undertale, well, that is on sale too for the holidays. It's back on sale for 34% off. And no, there is no Switch 2 version for this one yet. Yes, the Blue Bomber is finally going to get a new game in 2027, as announced during the Game Awards. And to celebrate, Capcom has a bunch of his games on sale, and for pretty cheap too. For example, Mega Man 11 is on sale for 85% off, just $4.49 on the US eShop. It's never been that cheap before. It's a good game in the series too, and it's absolutely worth picking up for less than $5. But beyond that, there's also the collections. Both Mega Man Legacy Collection 1 and Mega Man Legacy Collection 2 are on sale for $4.99 each. This is the second time ever that the collections have ever been on sale for that price. The first collection has games 1 through 6, and the second one has Mega Man games 7, 8, 9, and 10, and it includes all the DLC that originally came with the last two games. Both Mega Man X Legacy Collections are on sale for $7.99 each. The first one has Mega Man X games 1 through 4, while the second one has X games 5 through 8. Finally, there's Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection, which the Mega Man in that series is technically completely unrelated to the other Mega Man games. But hey, it's still worth mentioning here because the collection is back on sale for just $19.99 on the eShop. At 67% off the MSRP, it's an incredible value here for 10 RPGs, games that were a highlight on the Game Boy Advance. Monster Hunter Rise was one of my most played games on the original Switch. I spent many hours bashing monsters in the face, upgrading my gear, and hanging out with friends in the game. I really dig the faster pace, it's easier to get into battles in the game, but I also dig the faster combat style, with the aerial attacks and combos that can have you zipping around monsters. Just know that the monsters are faster this time around too. The game, plus the wonderful Sunbreak expansion, is on sale with its biggest discount yet on the Switch for the holiday season. It's 83% off. This means it's just $9.99 on the US eShop, or your regional equivalent to that. For a tenner basically, you just can't beat that. There's a lot of content and monsters and stuff to do that will keep you busy for a long time. It's a good value. If you want to check out the older era of Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate is still exclusive to the Switch, is on sale for 75% off, which means it's $9.99 as well. The online for this is still very much alive, especially for the higher level peeps. And while it is of the older style, and it is harder than most recent Monster Hunter games, the combat still here is awesome, and there's lots of options for the player, with a variety of weapons and styles to use. Also, the game is simply packed to the brim with content and missions. You're looking at putting in at least a few thousand hours of gameplay if you want to experience everything. The Monster Hunter Stories collection, which contains the HD remaster of the first game, as well as the second game, Rings of Ruin, is on sale for its biggest discount yet on the eShop, 67% off, so it's just $19.99 on the US eShop. Basically, $10 per game, or your region equivalent to that. That's pretty good, and it's a good way to get you up to speed before the third game comes out next year on the Switch 2. Speaking of Switch 2, the second game runs at a very nice 60 FPS on there, and the first game does too. You need either game separate. The first game is on sale for 67% off, just $9.99 on the US eShop, and the second game is on sale for 63% off, $14.99 on the US eShop, or your region equivalent to that. Street Fighter 6 for Switch 2 is back on sale for 50% off, $19.99 on the US eShop. Note that this doesn't have the DLC packs with it, so it's just the base game with any free updates that they may have added. Still though, if that's all you want, and you don't care about the other stuffs, and you just want to go in and play the game, then $20 is a solid deal for it. As far as how the game operates, it's really good on the system. In matches, it's 60 FPS. It looks great and all. The Ace Attorney series is a great adventure series. It's known for its characters, stories, humor, and its gameplay. It forces you to really pay attention and get involved more so than, say, other adventure games. You gotta investigate, solve the mystery or crimes, and of course, bring the bad guys to justice through the series' trademark turnabout system in court. Each and every one of the Ace Attorney collections is on sale via the holiday eShop sale. The first one, which is where I recommend most players to start at, the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy, is on sale for $9.99 on the US eShop. That one contains the first 3 games in the series. Apollo Justice Ace Attorney Trilogy contains games 4, 5, and 6 in the series, and it's on sale for its biggest discount yet, 60% off. It's $19.99 on the US eShop. The Ace Attorney Investigations Collection is on sale for 50% off, which is also the biggest discount that one has had yet. It's also $19.99 on the US eShop. Finally, there's the great Ace Attorney Chronicles, which that one is on sale for 60% off. It's $15.99 on the US eShop. So altogether, you can get all the Ace Attorney games available for less than the cost of what a new game goes for nowadays. That's kinda crazy when you think about it. If you like classic games, particularly arcade games, then the Capcom Stadium bundles are definitely worth picking up this holiday season. We don't own them yet. Each bundle contains 30 plus arcade classics from the 80s era all the way up to the turn of the century. The first arcade stadium has classics like Ghosts and Goblins, Ghouls and Ghosts, 1942, Street Fighter II, Strider, Cyberbots, and Pro Gear. And the second stadium bundle has the Mega Man arcade games, the Street Fighter Alpha games, and the Street Fighter III games. Plus it has the Darkstalkers games, as well as Saturday Night Slam Masters, and 3 Wonders. Each bundle is on sale for 70% off via the holiday sale. They're $11.99 each on the US eShop. Bandai Namco's Tales of Series Remasters are on sale for the holidays. Tales of Graces F Remastered is the remastered release of the PS3 version of a game that originally appeared on the Wii. Yeah, did you catch all that? It's on sale for 50% off for the first time ever on the eShop. Tales of Symphonia Remastered is on sale for 75% off, which means it's $9.99. Yes, that version is 30 FPS, which for some people, that might be a deal breaker. Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition, which is the remastered release of the Xbox 360 title, new content and characters, is on sale for 80% off. It's $9.99 on the US eShop as well. All 3 are really good JRPGs, they're pretty darn cheap, all things considered, to pick up from the sale. Patapon 1+2 Replay contains the 2 classic PlayStation portable games in an HD remastered form. The original games are pretty unique as they combined rhythm-based gameplay with strategy mechanics. There's nothing else like it out there. In addition to the HD visuals, this release has a bunch of support features that makes things easier for players, as well as it has options to adjust the overall difficulty to make things easier or harder if you like. This collection also has support for multiplayer, which is something that is unique to the Nintendo Switch version. This collection is on sale for the first time ever on the eShop, a discount at 34% off, so it's $19.79 on the US eShop. Baten Kaitos 1 and 2 HD Remaster contains the first 2 games in the series, with a bunch of improvements. The graphics have been improved, as well as the games have a stabilized frame rate now. The games have some quality of life features, such as the ability to turn encounters off. There is a auto battle option, players have the ability to skip cutscenes now, and there's the addition of an autosave system. The collection is on sale for a huge discount for the holidays. It's biggest yet on the eShop, 70% off. So it's $14.99 on the US eShop until January 5th. One Piece Pirate Warriors 4 recently got a Nintendo Switch 2 edition, and for those who have the original game, you can actually upgrade to that version for free. That's pretty cool. With the Nintendo Switch 2 edition, the resolutions have been increased for both docked and handheld play, and the frame rate is a solid 60 FPS now. For those looking to get it, the Ultimate Edition is a good way to pick it up, because first of all, it's pretty cheap all things considering, at 79% off, but also because it contains a ton of the DLC, pretty much everything but the brand new DLC that was released recently. Anyway, it's on sale for 79% off, and that discount is the biggest the Ultimate Edition has had on the eShop yet. Now speaking of One Piece, the JRPG, One Piece Odyssey gets its biggest discount on the eShop yet. It's $23.99 on the US eShop. With this being the deluxe edition, it comes with some extra content, including a new story scenario, and a bunch of costumes that you can customize your characters with. Ace Combat 7 is the latest game in the Ace Combat series, and it's a pretty good title too. It's on sale for 50% off via the holiday sale. This one being the deluxe edition, it includes a number of extra aircraft sets, as well as 3 extra single-player missions, and extra skins and extra emblems, and it even includes a bonus music player mode. It's a nice little package for the game. Sega has some nice games on sale for the holiday eShop sale. Here's some highlights. Sonic and Shadow Generations is back on sale for 50% off, matching its big discount in the Black Friday sale. Both the Switch and Switch 2 versions are $24.99 on the US eShop. The original Generations was a solid Sonic game, and the HD remaster here makes the game shine, but but the addition of the Shadow campaign makes this even sweeter than before. It's very good. The Switch 2 version features 60 FPS and high resolutions. Just note, there's no free upgrade from the Switch 1 version, so make sure to choose carefully the correct version that you want. Samba de Amigo Party Central is a fun little rhythm game. You shake your Joy-Cons or just press buttons to the beat of the music. There's a nice amount of modes to play in this one. There's a 40-song track list, there's multiplayer through local and online play, and there's a lot of unlockables to earn. At $7.99 on the US eShop, it's the cheapest it's ever been on there yet. I think it's a no-brainer for anyone looking for a good music game on Switch or Switch 2. I always like to give a shout out to the Sega Ages games when they go on sale for the holidays. There's lots of classic games on sale, like Phantasy Star, Outrun, the two Pure Pure games, Virtua Racing, and there's lots more than that. And for most of these titles, the Sega Ages releases on the eShop are the best ways to play these classics. They have a lot of enhancements and a lot of features exclusive to them. The only Sega Ages games not on sale seem to be the two Sonic games and Shinobi, which for Shinobi, that game was delisted on the North American eShop anyway. Being the holidays, I'll give a shout out to the Persona 3 Portable and Persona 4 Golden Bundle on sale. It's on sale for 50% off. Both games are JRPG classics, and you can get both for less than $20 US total. Both games are safe bets for those who want a really good, meaty RPG from the eShop for very cheap. Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance is on sale for its biggest discount yet on the eShop, 60% off. At $23.99 on the US eShop, that's a really good deal for it digitally. This Vengeance release is a big upgrade over the original version, as it features a brand new story route, in addition to the original story, new areas to explore, new demons, new music, and an overall improved battle system, and lots more than that. Strategy RPG fans can pick up Unicorn Overlord for cheap too, via the holiday sale. The award-winning strategy RPG, developed by famed makers Vanillaware, is on sale for its biggest discount yet on the eShop, 65% off the MSRP. At $20.99 on the US eShop, this is a darn good deal for this absolute gem. There is a demo on the eShop that you can check out if you're curious about picking it up. Square Enix has their whole catalog of games on sale on the eShop for the holidays, as they pretty much normally do, but for time's sakes, I do have just a few highlights to point out. First up is the Final Fantasy 1-6 Pixel Remaster Collection. It's back on sale again for 35% off, for those who just want it digitally. Just of note though, the physical edition of the collection has been on sale lately for $39.99 in the US on Amazon.com. So for those in the US region, you might want to check that out first for maximum savings. Nier Automata, the End of Yora edition, finally got updated to work with the Nintendo Switch 2. I'm so glad they finally fixed the issues. For those who want to pick the game up, it is on sale for $15.99 on the US eShop. Basically, it has a 60% off discount of the MSRP price. Chrono Cross, the Radical Dreamers edition, was the other notable Square Enix game that recently got patched to work correctly with the Nintendo Switch 2. This one is on sale for $7.99 on the US eShop. It has a 60% off discount. The Last Remnant Remastered is on sale again, and holy cow, the first sale was this past Thanksgiving, and that was after the game being available on the eShop for so many years, and boom, finally gets a second discount. So I guess Square Enix totally remembers this game now. Anyway, it's on sale for $7.99 on the US eShop. For those with the Switch 2, the game and the in-game cutscenes run at 60 FPS now. It looks really nice on there. Also, the resolution of the game in handheld mode gets bumped up to 1080p, the max resolution of the screen. Finally, from Square Enix, there's Bravely Default Flying Fairy HD Remaster, which is Square Enix's first RPG for the Switch 2, and it's on sale for 20% off via the holiday sale. If you like open world games, like the two Zelda games, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, then you'll probably dig Immortals Phoenix Rising. can explore, solve lots of puzzles, trust me, there's lots of them in this game, and you can grow your godlike powers with upgrades. It's a lot of fun. When I reviewed it years ago on the channel, one of the things I liked about the game was the fact that it seems to have something hidden in every nook and cranny of the game, which is a reason why the exploration is so rewarding in this one. Anyway, you can pick up the game, plus the 3 expansions, which adds a lot of additional story scenarios and stuff for you to do, for just $5.99. It's the cheapest price yet on the US eShop. That's an insanely good price for this game. Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope Gold Edition contains the main game, plus the 3 DLCs, including the Rayman DLC, and it's on sale for 90% off via the holiday sale. That's another one that's an insanely good deal. It's one of my favorite strategy games on Switch. I actually like it a lot more than the first game, though Kingdom Battle is a really good strategy game in its own right. I love the freedom of the battle system, the characters, everyone's viable, and there's lots of strategic options for the player. It's really good, and it's very cheap to get at $8.99 on the US eShop. Those who love Metroidvanias, ones with a bit of challenge, should consider picking up Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. It's a high-quality Metroidvania that's discounted by 60% off for the holidays. The game features a huge emphasis on combat and mobility through the prince's skills, and there's lots of puzzles to solve and secrets to find as you explore with this one. It's a really good title in the series. At $11.99 on the US eShop, this game should be definitely on your radar if you're in the hunt for a good meaty Metroidvania that will not cost you much to pick up. The Rogue Prince of Persia finally arrived on the Switch and the Switch 2 a few days ago, and for its launch sale, it has a nice sized discount. It's already 33% off on the eShop. The latest game in the Prince of Persia series combines elements of the classic Prince of Persia games with elements of roguelikes. For those curious, the Switch 2 version features 60 FPS gameplay with a much higher resolution output. Assassin's Creed Anniversary Edition Mega Bundle contains all the Assassin's Creed games available for the original Switch. It has the Ezio Collection, which has Assassin's Creed 2, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, Assassin's Creed Revelations, as well as it has Assassin's Creed The Rebel Collection, which has Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag and Assassin's Creed Rogue. The collection also contains Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered and Assassin's Creed 3 Liberation Remastered. The bundle has all the single-player DLC for all the games included, as well as a load of extras, including short films. For 70% off via the holiday sale, $20.99 on the US eShop, it's a great value package. Fast Fusion for the Switch 2 is a really fun racing game. The core gameplay is nice, and just like it says in the name, the races are pretty fast. It's a nice F-Zero/Wipeout style game. I think all things considered, the game looks good on the system, but I think performance mode is the best option for it. That enabled, it runs at 60 FPS with HDR. The game has a fair amount of content. I love the fact that you can merge ships, but what I really like is that it has game share support for both local and online, so all you really need is just one copy of the game in order to play with others. It's a fairly inexpensive title at its MSRP, but for the holidays, it's even cheaper now with its first sale. For the holiday sale, it gets a discount of 30% off, so it's only $10.49 on the US eShop. The Digital Deluxe Edition of MLB The Show 25 is on sale for an incredibly low price of $9.99 on the US eShop. If you want this, well, now's your chance, because it won't ever be this low again, as typically the holiday sale is the last sale that they do for each MLB The Show title. And seriously, it's like only $10. That's hard to beat if you want a baseball game on the original Switch. One of the best JRPG releases of the year, Trails in the Sky First Chapter, is on sale on the eShop, and the sale is for both the Switch and Switch 2 versions. Both are on sale for 25% off, though the Switch 2 release is actually just a little slightly higher than the Switch 1 release, less than $1 difference between the two sales. For those with the Switch 2, the game operates at 60 FPS, which is a big plus. There's a demo on the eShop that carries progress over to the main game, so make sure to check that out first to see if you like it, or to see if it can persuade you to pick it up. Action RPG Tokyo Xanadu EX Plus is on sale for 50% off via the holiday sale, and that's the biggest discount the game has received yet on Switch. For those with a Switch 2, it recently got a compatibility update. For the longest time this game didn't work on the system, but now it does. No Man's Sky got a free upgrade for the Switch 2 this past summer. It was actually on the launch day for the system, and honestly, the game is pretty great on there. I'm really happy with how this edition of the game turned out, and it has all the content that the other versions have, and it has online multiplayer too, which the original Switch version did not have. The game also supports cross-save, so you can easily take your saves from the other platforms on the go. Both the original Switch and Switch 2 versions of No Man's Sky are on sale on the eShop. They're 60% off via the holiday sale currently. For those looking for a nice, cheap, cozy game for their system, I highly suggest picking up either Story of Seasons Friends of Mineral Town or Rune Factory 4 Special if you don't already own those titles. These are wonderful games in their respective series, some of the very best, and they are really freaking cheap to pick up, especially on the European, UK, and Australian eShops. Story of Seasons, Friends of Mineral Town, the remake of the classic GBA title, is on sale for 75% off. And Rune Factory 4 Special, the updated remaster of the DS classic, is on sale for 70% off. Again, those in Europe, or in the UK, or in Australia, your discounts are actually higher. You can get it even cheaper than what we're getting in North America. The Telltale Walking Dead games, all 4 of them, are on sale for super cheap. It's perfect for those who want to experience some trauma for the holidays. I mean, those who know exactly what I mean. The first 3 seasons are on sale for $2.99 each. That's the cheapest they've ever been on the US eShop. And the final season is on sale for $3.99. Basically, all the games are on sale for 80% off, and you can get all 4 seasons for less than $15 US. Saints Row, the Big Purple Package, contains both Saints Row the 3rd and Saints Row 4, as well as all the DLC that was originally available for all the games, including the Gat Out of Hell expansion for Saints Row 4. Both games are fun, zany games, and the best way I can describe them is they're like Grand Theft Auto, with their wackiness and silliness ramped up beyond 11. These games are absolutely nuts. The bundle is on sale for just $1.99 on the US eShop. I mean, that's $2 freaking bucks. Like, come on, that is a crazy deal. Another insanely good deal is the Metro Redux bundle, which contains both Metro 2033 Redux and Metro Last Light Redux, 2 horror-themed first-person shooters. The bundle is on sale for just $2.99 on the US eShop. If you like shooters, if you like a little bit of horror stuff, then you really can't say no to this. Red Dead Redemption recently got a free upgrade for consoles, and that includes the Switch 2. It looks nice, it's 60 FPS now, with a higher resolution output, and you can check out a comparison video of the Switch 2 version versus the original version, that being the Switch 1 version, on this channel if you're curious about the difference. But I'll be fair, the original Switch version is actually pretty darn good, albeit, 30 FPS. That all aside, Red Dead Redemption is a classic, it's a great game, it still holds up after all this time. The Undead Nightmare expansion, which is included in this release, is good fun too. The game is on sale for 50% off on the eShop. 2K's NBA and WWE games arrived on the Switch 2 this past summer, and you can get both in a special bundle sale for the holidays on the eShop. The NBA 2K26 and WWE 2K25 bundle, which contains the 2 games, is on sale for $49.99 on the US eShop, 50% off the MSRP. Basically, that means you can get both games for $25 each, much less than what the normal MSRP is for either game. Ninja Gaiden Master Collection contains the games Ninja Gaiden Sigma, Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2, and Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge. It contains all previously released game modes and DLC costumes for all the playable characters in the game as well. On Switch 2, the game operates 60 FPS out of the gate, which is a nice plus. The collection is on sale, $19.99 on the US eShop. There's Wild Hearts S, a sort of Monster Hunter style game. It's an action RPG where you can team up with others to hunt monsters. The differences here being that there are several large areas that you can freely explore, as well as the way you hunt monsters is a little bit different, and you can also craft and construct items and machines and other objects on the field that can help you in your hunting. The demo gives a good taste of how things are and the flow of everything, so I do encourage you to give that a go first to see if you like things or not. The Switch 2 edition contains quality of life improvements over prior releases, as well as some gameplay adjustments, and includes the Karakuri edition content from the start. It's on sale for its biggest discount yet, 30% off, which means it's $34.99 on the US eShop. Out of all the Taito milestone collections released so far, the third release of the arcade classics is the best of the bunch. This one contains Bubble Bobble, Rainbow Islands, all 3 games in the Roston series, Champion Wrestler, Kadash, Thunder Fox, Ranark, otherwise known as Growl, and Dead Connection. It's a pretty good lineup. Well, save for Roston 2. That one's not really liked as well as the other games. But hey, the rest of the set is very solid. I did a review for this collection last year. You can check that out via the link in the top corner of this video. The collection is on sale for 50% off, which means it's $19.99 on the US eShop. X-Out Resurfaced is a remake of the horizontal scrolling shooter that was released for the Commodore 64, Amiga, Atari ST, ZX Spectrum, and Amstrad CPC computers way back in the day. Those in Europe will probably remember this game the most. It was noteworthy for the fact that you can use your game score to purchase new equipment to augment your submarine, so as purchase new submarine vehicles. The original game was a really nice shooter, but the remake does a good job bringing it into the modern era. It features a new visual style, a remastered soundtrack by Chris Hulsbeck, as well as brand new content, including a mirror mode and pre-configured loadouts for those who want to jump right into the action. It's on sale for 50% off for the first time ever on the eShop, which means it's just $9.99 via the holiday sale. Chaos Code New Sign of Catastrophe is an updated release of an arcade game that was originally a Japanese arcade exclusive in 2011. This one has some pretty fast-paced gameplay, lots of special moves, special states, and ways to turn the battle in your favor. If you're a fighting game fan that likes a little bit of strategy, then you'll probably dig this one. This game has a variety of gameplay modes, including online play. It's very cheap to pick up from the holiday sale at 80% off, which means it's just $1.99 on the US eShop. Double Dragon and Kunio-kun Retro Brawler Bundle is a collection of 18 NES and Famicom 8-bit classics. It has all the Double Dragon NES games, plus 4 games from the Kunio-kun series that were published in English, that being Renegade, Super Dodgeball, River City Ransom, and Crash and the Boys Street Challenge. In addition, it contains 11 more games from the Kunio-kun series that were originally only available for the Famicom in Japan, and they have all been translated into English for the first time ever just for this collection. In a number of the games, you can choose between playing the original version or a quality up version, where the gameplay experience has been improved. A number of the games also include online multiplayer play, in addition to local multiplayer options. The collection is on sale for 77% off. It's $9.19 on the US eShop. Crimson Clover World Explosion is a really good shoot 'em up on the eShop. The gameplay is very similar to Taito's classic Ray series. It's a vertical shoot 'em up that features a similar lock-on system, where you're able to lock onto enemies and launch missiles at your targets. Beyond that, you also have a standard shot attack, as well as bombs that can be used based on how much of the bomb gauge you have filled. If you fill the bomb gauge all the way, you can activate something called Break Mode, where your firepower is heavily increased and you can score an insane amount of points. Fill that gauge twice over, and you can activate Break Mode within Break Mode for even more craziness. This is an insanely addicting game. trying to master when to use your bombs or to save up the gauge for your break modes, basically choosing between survival and high scores. If you love shoot 'em ups, then you should definitely check this one out. It's one of the best ones available on the eShop. It's on sale for 50% off, so it's just $9.99 on the US eShop. It's the cheapest it's ever been on there. Fans of shoot 'em ups should be well aware of Toaplan, a classic game developer that made many noteworthy shoot 'em ups for consoles and for the arcades in the 80s and 90s. Well, you can get a number of their games via the new Toaplan arcade collections. And there's a Volume 1 and a Volume 2. Volume 1 has Flying Shark, Fire Shark, Tiger Heli, Twin Cobra, Outzone, Fixed Fight, Batsugun, which is a very, very good shoot 'em up, and pardon my pronunciation, but there's a game called Dogyun. I believe that was a Japanese only release. Volume 2 has Zero Wing, Hellfire, Slap Fight, Grind Stormer, Truxton, and Truxton 2, Vimana, and Twin Hawk. Both collections contain online leaderboards, modern enhancements, quality of life features, and lots more. Both collections are on sale for 30% off for the first time ever. They're $24.49 each on the US eShop. PlayStation platformer Croc Legend of the Gobos came out on the Switch and other consoles earlier this year. It has a new HD look, but more importantly, it has modern control mechanics and an updated camera to make the game far easier to control, as well as addressing issues that bothered some with the original release way back in the day. Of course, you can still go back to that retro look if you want, as well as use the classic control scheme for those that for some reason missed that. The HD Remaster is on sale on the eShop for the first time ever at 40% off for the holidays. $17.99 on the US eShop. Yu-Gi-Oh! Early Days Collection is a retro collection for those who want to check out the older Yu-Gi-Oh! Video games, mainly from the Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, the classic handheld era of the series. There's 14 titles included, it's got a lot of games, and the collection includes online play for certain titles, loads of options to modify the games, including unlocking hidden characters and cards, the ability to remove deck capacity, duelist level, and cards from the Forbidden and Limited list, and it even has the option to rewind time. You know, for those who want to replay a turn or 10. The collection is on sale for 50% off. It's the biggest discount it's ever had on the eShop. It's $24.99 on the US eShop. The game Gimmick is well known among NES fans. Its unique physics-based gameplay and platforming makes it a standout in the 8-bit library. It's also known for having some pretty nice graphics for the system, an amazing soundtrack, and of course, it's known for its brutal difficulty. Look, beating Gimmick is not an easy task. It's one of the hardest games ever made. That's why the special edition is so good. It has a bunch of quality of life features, like the ability to rewind time, and save states, and more, that can help take the edge off of things a bit, so you can actually enjoy more of the game. Even with that though, it is still not an easy task for beating this game, but if you're an 8-bit fan, Gimmick is a rite of passage. It's one of those games you gotta check out, so why not pick up the special edition on Switch? It's super cheap right now, at 75% off. It's $3.74 on the US eShop. That, by the way, is the cheapest it's ever been. Gimmick 2 is a sequel to the NES Classic. Yes, they actually made a sequel after all these years. Featuring similar gameplay, this one is a solid sequel that will also test your platforming skills. Yes, it's difficult, just like the NES Classic, but it's a fair game too. For newer players, there is a new assistant mode that can help you get used to the game's challenge. If you like the original game and its mechanics, then the sequel is something you should definitely consider picking up. It's on sale for just $2.99 on the eShop. That's the cheapest it's ever been on there, and honestly, it's a steal for that really. Puzzle Bobble 2 and Puzzle Bobble 3 are some of the very best puzzle games ever, and the combo release of Puzzle Bobble 2X / Buster Move 2 Arcade Edition and Puzzle Bobble 3 / Buster Move 3 S Tribute, yes I know, that's a long title, is pretty awesome. The versions included here are the Sega Saturn console versions that has all the stuff from the arcade releases, along with content that was exclusive to the home releases, like an extra 1,000+ stages being able to be accessed in Puzzle Bobble 3. But anyway, this being a S-Tribute release, you also get a bunch of quality of life features, like save states, unlimited credits, the ability to rewind time, and lots more. It's an awesome little package, and for $5.99 on the US eShop, it's an absolute steal at that price. If you're a puzzle game fan, consider this a must-get. Guilty Gear XX is one of the most popular and well-loved entries in the Guilty Gear series. It's known for its great gameplay, its well-rounded roster of characters, and of course lots of its trademark over-the-top action. The updated release, Guilty Gear XX Accent Core Plus R, is one of the best ways to enjoy the game. In fact, it is the best way to enjoy the game. It features lots of rebalancing for all the characters, 13 game modes to choose from, online multiplayer support, different game soundtracks to choose from, including some rare releases, and it even has the option to select what game mode version you want to play. This is absolutely worth picking up if you love fighting games. It's on sale for 75% off for the holidays. It's $3.69 on the US eShop. Guilty Gear Strive arrived on the Switch earlier this year, and it's a pretty incredible port. It looks good, the performance is good, it's 60 FPS, it's pretty freaking sweet. As for the gameplay itself, it's another solid entry in the series. I love the graphical style, it's animated so well, and the combat is as deep as ever. It's on sale for 50% off via the holiday sale. It's $29.99 on the US eShop. As with every year, I always like to cover the first-party deals that occur during the holiday sale. And I'll be honest, this year, it's a little bit light. There's only 6 first-party titles on sale for the holidays on the eShop in the North American region. Maybe we'll see some more get added before the year is done. That said, here's the titles that are on sale. The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom is on sale for $41.99 on the US eShop. As a reminder, this got a Switch 2 update that gives it a boost in its resolution on high-res TVs, as well as on the Switch 2 screen. But more importantly, the frame rate is very smooth now. It's a solid 60 FPS. It runs like a dream now. Super Mario Odyssey is on sale for $39.99, and just like Echoes of Wisdom, this one got a free update for the Switch 2 this past summer. It has increased resolution on high-res TVs and on the Switch 2 screen, as well as it has HDR support now. The game really pops in its visuals. It looks very nice. In addition, the game supports Game Share through local and online play. New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe is $39.99 as well for the holiday sale, and as you guessed it, this one also got a free Switch 2 update. The update increases the resolution in dock play, as well as on the Switch 2 screen. In addition to those, Princess Peach Showtime is on sale for $41.99 again. I believe this one was a repeat from the Thanksgiving sale. Fire Emblem Engage is on sale for $41.99 again. This one is a really nice strategy RPG, and its expansion, which adds a substantial amount of content, including new characters, maps, and a new story scenario, is on sale for $20.99 on the US eShop. Finally, there's Nintendo Switch Sports, and that is on sale for 20% off for the holidays. As a reminder, this one contains soccer, volleyball, bowling, tennis, badminton, and chambara, which is like a sword play, as well as it has basketball and golf as the sports you can play. And that brings us to the very end. Make sure you're subscribed with notifications turned on so you do not miss out on any future videos. Also, I would like to take a moment and give a huge shout out to my channel members and Patreon members. You guys rock! And thank you so much for your support. Your support throughout the year has helped me to make videos like this one and many others happen. I appreciate you so much. Anyway, for everyone, thank you so much for watching. I hope everyone has a great day, and I'll see you soon on the next video.